Bodhiyanam Uttama Sambodhiya Samma Sambudu Himi Veni Nivan Patami Labamin E Bodhiya When the Sanasimi Srimahabodhi.
None of us have seen the living Lord Buddha, but the Jaya Srimahabodhi tree of Anuradhapura is a highly sacred object similar to the living Lord Buddha. The Lord Buddha himself has proclaimed that the sacred Bodhi tree is an equivalent to the esteemed one. On Vesak full moon day, 2600 years ago, ascetic Siddhartha Gauthama attained enlightenment and became Buddha after destroying all defilements. At that wonderful moment, he was seated with his back against the Asathu tree at Gaya head near the river Niranjana in India. As the Lord Buddha attained enlightenment under the shade of it, the Asathu tree came to be known as the Bodhi or Bo tree. The sacred Bodhi tree is not found in India today. A non-Buddhist queen of Emperor Dharmashoka named Tishyaraka destroyed that sacred tree using the poisonous madhu thorns. The second Bodhi tree, grown from its root, was chopped down and burnt by the non-Buddhist ruler Shashanka of Bengal in the 6th century. The third Bodhi tree grown there was uprooted by a cyclone in the 19th century. What dwells at Buddha Gaya today is a 4th generation Bodhi tree or the original Bodhi. This living sacred Bodhi tree at the Maha Royal Gardens of Anuradhapura is the southern branch of the original sacred Bodhi tree under which the Lord Buddha was seated with his back against when he attained enlightenment. Therefore, the Anuradhapura Srimahabodhi tree is the only living object which witnessed the glorious moment of Buddha's enlightenment, had the touch of the sacred body of the Lord Buddha, and was honored by the Lord Buddha with his unbroken gaze Ahimsa Lochana Puja for 7 days. The Jaya Srimahabodhi tree was brought to Sri Lanka by the Arahant Bhikkhuni Sangamitta. The southern branch of the Jaya Srimahabodhi at Buddha Gaya in India was sent as a gift to Sri Lanka by Emperor Dharmashoka as a result of a request by his friend King Devanampiya. It became a problem for Emperor Dharmashoka to separate the Bodhi branch from the sacred Maha Bodhi without cutting it. With the guidance of the great Arahant Bhikkhu Moggaliputta Tissa, the emperor drew a line around the southern branch of the Bodhi with red ochre using a golden brush. Then he made a wish upon the truth that may this good southern branch sever itself from the Bodhi tree and set upon the golden bowl. Instantly, the Bodhi branch has severed at the marked point and planted in the golden bowl amongst the cheering of thousands of devotees. Emperor Dharmashoka's daughter Arahant Bhikkhuni Sangamita was the younger sister of Arahant Bhikkhu Mahinda. Before bringing the sacred Bodhi to Sri Lanka, the esteemed Bhikkhuni dwelt in her birthplace of Sanchi for 3 months. The ruins of the monastery where the great Arahant Bhikkhuni lived can be still seen at the pilgrimage site of Sanchi. The ruins of a large stone bowl in which the sacred Bodhi sapling was believed to have been kept are still preserved near this monastery. As the ship carrying the sacred Bodhi sapling entered the ocean, the waves calmed down. Lotus flowers sprang around the ship. This miraculous occurrence mentioned in the chronicles has been carved on this contemporary western pandal of Sanchi. The ship carrying the sacred Bodhi sapling has reached Dhammakolapatuna in the present Jaffna Peninsula. The great King Devanampiyathissa was overjoyed with piety, seeing the ship carrying the sacred Bodhi sapling in the distant ocean. He went into the water up to his neck to receive the sacred Bodhi. Going along, Emperor Dharmashoka, King Devanampiyathissa II, bestowed his kingdom upon the sacred Bodhi on 3 occasions. This is Dhammakolapatuna, where Arahant Bhikkhuni Sangamita landed, bringing the sacred Bodhi tree. The ocean waves of Dhammakolapatuna embrace the beach even today, as if to remind us of this historical event again and again. This is the Kadurugoda Vihara near the Dhammakolapatuna, consisting of over 50 small stupas containing the relics of the Arahant Bhikkhus. Presently known as Kandarode, the shrine is believed to be the place where the Samudrapanna Shala was situated, where King Devanampiyathissa waited till the sacred Bodhi sapling was brought here. The sacred Maha Bodhi sapling has been brought from Dhammakolapatuna to Anuradhapura in a great pageant. The royal pageant carrying the sacred Bodhi sapling has crossed the river Kandamba or the Malvatu Oya to enter the city of Anuradhapura over this historical stone bridge. This great historical stone bridge stands majestically even today over the Malvatu Oya, 23 centuries after that esteemed pageant travelled. Arahant Bhikkhu Mahinda has shown the place to plant the sacred Bodhi tree in the Mahameuna royal gardens to King Devanampiyathissa by strewing a handful of jasmine flowers. The chronicles say that the earth has quaked when the flowers touched the ground. The Jaya Srimahabodhi has been planted in the Mahameuna gardens of Anuradhapura on the auspicious moment of Rehana on the 14th day of waning moon in the lunar month of Unduap in 236 BC. A very large crowd from all over the island has gathered for this meritorious event. According to the chronicles, the sacred Maha Bodhi has performed great miracles at the moment of planting. As the Bodhi sapling was released from King Devanampetissa's hands, it has ascended 80 cubits into the sky. Instantly, unseasonal rain started pouring down. The Bodhi sapling was obscured with thick mist and clouds. The mist and the clouds were cleared after 7 days. Afterwards, the Jaya Srimahabodhi reappeared, emanating Lord Buddha's light rays. As everyone was watching, a fruit appeared magically on the eastern branch of the sacred Bodhi sapling. Then it got fully ripe and 8 Bodhi saplings appeared from it. These saplings were called the Ashtapalaruha Bodhi. 4 more fruits appeared on the other branches of the sacred Bodhi sapling, and 32 more Bodhi saplings appeared from them. These were called the Detishpalaruha Bodhi. King Devanampetissa made all these Bodhi saplings planted covering the whole island of Sri Lanka. The Ashtapalaruha Bodhi planted at the Tivaka Brahmin village is still seen there, living like this after 23 centuries. The Brahmin Tivaka who lived here has kept the royal pageant carrying the sacred Maha Bodhi sapling overnight and made offerings. This Ashtapalaruha Bodhi sapling was given to him as an honor for that. Today, the Tivaka Brahmin village is called Tantrimale. It is miraculous for this Ashtapalaruha Bodhi to dwell safely upon the vast stony plain of Tantrimale, which burns 9 months of the year with hard sunlight. It has been written in the chronicle Mahavamsa that the Jaya Srimahabodhi was planted in 236 BC. Therefore, this is the only ancient tree with a written history in the whole world. By now, the age of this sacred tree is 2,247 years. When the Bodhi sapling was brought to Sri Lanka, 18 classes of people also have come with it. They belong to various grades which fulfill trades required for the development of a society. Therefore, new trades and traditions too have been received by this country along with the planting of the Jaya Srimahabodhi. These trades and traditions became popular all over the country together with the planting of the Ashtapalaruha and the Detishpalaruha Bodhi trees. In the Bodhi premises, consisting of 7 maluas or compounds, the Jaya Srimahabodhi dwells upon the 7th malua. The devotees first enter to the valley malua or the sandy compound. This whole valley malua is a gallery of arts full of excellent artistic creations done by the ancient Sinhalese. This beautiful stone wall surrounding the valley malua is a marvelous creation of the Sinhalese. This stone wall, built with the blocks of stone found from the ruined buildings using no cement, is 5 feet wide and 10 feet high. This grand wall has been built 300 years ago by Venerable Ilupendenye Atta Dassitera with the patronage of King Kirti Sri Rajasingha for the protection of the sacred Maha Bodhi. The north gate of the Valley Malua is adorned with very rare carvings and sculptures. These guardian stones found there depict the Kuera. This is proved by the carving of a lion, the guardian of the north. The plain moonstone with a lotus in the center at the bottom of the stairway is an excellent creation. Both these creations are very rare ones found in this country. These beautiful stone-made lamps placed at the Podgula or the library near the Valley Malua have been used by the devotees in the ancient period to light lamps for the sacred Maha Bodhi. These circular carvings with a trunk of an elephant are known as wishing stones among the devotees, because they believe that their wishes would be fulfilled if they enter into vows at these stones. This beautifully carved moonstone is at the bottom of the stairway to enter the third Malua from the Valley Malua. This is considered to be the only moonstone found in Sri Lanka with the Binara flower and Tun Iri pattern. This creation is a very rare one among the moonstones of Anuradhapura. The guardian stones on either side of the moonstone are esteemed as excellent artistic creations of this country. The very fine and rhythmical carving of clothing, ornaments and floral garlands in the hands are magnificent. These silently portray the artistry of the ancient Sinhalese to the whole world. This special tree found near the southern end of the Valley Malua is popular as a sambrani tree. The stem of this tree smells of the incense sambrani. The 7 Sat Sati houses depicting the famous 7 weeks spent by the Lord Buddha after enlightenment are situated in the Valley Malua. Situated above the Valley Malua is the main shrine room of the sacred Maha Bodhi. The main entrance to the shrine room consists of a very old stone door frame. The golden canopy of the shrine room is full of simple grandeur. The main Buddha statue of the shrine room depicts the first week after the enlightenment. This sacred statue with the Bhumi Sparsha or touch the ground posture calms anyone's heart with piety. These ancient copper doors in the shrine room are adorned with marvelous carvings. The incidents of bringing the sacred Maha Bodhi as well as the Jataka stories are finely carved here. This marble Buddha statue with the Bhumi Sparsha posture placed nearby has been sculptured in the Siamese tradition. Signs of earlier gold plating still appear on this statue. This ancient Buddhist stone railing built around the Bodhi tree is an invaluable relic found in renovating the ancient wall of the Vihara Malua. It has been restored like this for the devotees to see. Situated above the Vihara Malua is the Tunveni Malua or Devala Malua, which is the god's temple compound. The Tunveni Malua is surrounded by a new Buddhist stone railing. The flower altar situated here is devoted to god Kalu Devata Bandara, the guardian of the sacred Maha Bodhi. All the time, the devotees enter into vows with the Jaya Srimahabodhi with immense piety. A speciality here is that all these vows are limited to an offering of a basket of flowers or a bowl of milk rice. Above the Devala Malua is the Ranvata Malua, or the compound of the golden railing. It is bounded by the second golden railing. With the guidance of the Atamastanadipati, Venerable Dr. Pallegama Srinivasa Nayakathera, the second golden railing has been erected for the protection of the Jaya Srimahabodhi in 2004. Above the Ranvata Malua is the fifth one, the Udamalua, or the upper compound. This is bounded by the old golden railing. In the middle of the Udamalua is the Bo Malua. In the middle of that is the seventh, Vadahindina Malua, where the Jaya Srimahabodhi dwells majestically like the living Lord Buddha. Traditional drumming is performed daily as an offering for the sacred Mahabodhi in the morning, midday and evening. These performances are called the Aluyam Duraya, Madhyam Duraya and Handaya Duraya. These Villudura people are the descendants of the 18 classes of people who came along with the sacred Maha Bodhi sapling. It is their tradition to wear white with a white cloth put over the shoulders and tie their long hair into a bun. The chief Mahaduraya assigns the relevant duties to them in a roster. The Villudura people wearing a green sash protect the sacred Mahabodhi even from the monkeys and the birds. Others help the monks in performing the services to the sacred Mahabodhi. They appeal to God Kalu Devata Bandara on behalf of the devotees and help them enter into vows with the Mahabodhi. For all these services, they are given 9 Vihara Gam villages to live. This beautiful pageant, full of music, singing and dancing, belongs to the Durutu Mangalya, the first festival of the year held for the Jaya Srimahabodhi. Because the prime harvest of their paddy fields is offered to the sacred Mahabodhi in this, folks call it the Alut Sahal or Alusal Mangalya, meaning new rice ceremony. At this ceremony, held with the government patronage from the ancient periods, farmers bring new rice to the Malua in this procession. The first amount of new rice is added by state officials with the guidance of the Atamastanadipati Nayakathera into this massive bowl placed in a beautiful tent erected in the valley Malua. Then the farmers add their new rice to the bowl. The meaning of this is to wish, may this country become rich with food just like this bowl is filled with new rice and spilled over. Afterwards, the Minister of Agriculture offers the Jaya Srimahabodhi with a tray of silver coins with the guidance of the Atamastanadipati Nayakathera. This is fulfilling of an ancient tradition. The second festival of the year is the Parana Aurudu Mangalya, or the Old Year Festival. This is held in the month of Bak or April before the Sinhala New Year. It is traditional to boil over pots of milk as offerings at all 4 gates of the Sri Mahabodhi.
Jaya Srimahabodhi
Offerings are made to God Kalu Devata Bandara, the guardian of the sacred Bodhi, at the same time. Afterwards, the traditional offering of Gotu Pidima is done for God Kadavara. The New Year festival called Alut Aurudu Mangalya or the Nanumura Mangalya comes next. This is the most glorious festival held for the sacred Maha Bodhi. The Villidura people are making these beautiful Gopkola decorations for the Nanumura Mangalya. The Villidura people erect this traditional pandal for the festival at the north gate of the sacred Maha Bodhi. The very rare tradition of adorning the sacred Bodhi with ornaments is done in the evening. First, the sacred Maha Bodhi is screened off with saffron robes hanged on the golden railing. The ornaments are carried to the Udamaluva in a procession headed by the Atamasthanaadhipati Nayaka Thera. Then, the ancient golden clothing and bejeweled golden ornaments contained in the special boxes brought in by the Villidura people are adorned on the sacred Mahabodhi. These were the offerings made to the sacred Mahabodhi by the royals, ministers and other nobles through thousands of years. It is a speciality that this very rare ceremony is attended only by the monks belonging to the Bo-Malwa generation. Meanwhile, the bhikkhus of the Bo-Malwa tradition ceremoniously sweep the sacred Bodhi compound. It is an ancient tradition to do this in a special pattern. After this adorning, the monks of the Bo-Malwa generation, including the Atamasthanaadhipati Nayaka Thera, offer flowers to the sacred Mahabodhi and chant Piris. According to the scholars, the meaning of adorning the sacred Mahabodhi with clothing and ornaments like this is to coronate it like an emperor. In the evening, the Bo-Malwa temple becomes a busy place. The Villidura people prepare the offerings on the instructions of the monks of the Bo-Malwa temple. It is a special feature here to prepare the gilampasa by the monks themselves. Placing the offerings of flowers, oil lamps and gilampasa in the proper sequence in the palanquin is also done by a monk of the Bo-Malwa tradition. The terrace of the Bo-Malwa temple looks like a festival of performing arts before the beginning of the pageant carrying the Gilampasa offerings. The monks of the Mahavihara temple, headed by the Attamasthanadipati Nayaka Thera, dwell in the terrace while various drumming and dancing artists perform at their best, surpassing each other in front of them. These performing artists coming from the various regions of the country consider it as a special honor to be able to join the Nanamura Mangal. Afterwards, the pageant carrying the palanquin containing the Gilampasa and other offerings starts to move along the Perahera Mavatha. Pageant entering the Valley Malua through the north gate and circles around the sacred Maha Bodhi. Then it enters the Devala Malua through the north gate and comes in to the western flower altar. Thereafter, all offerings are dedicated to the sacred Maha Bodhi by the monks headed by the Attamasthanadipati Nayaka Thera. The traditional drums are played continuously throughout this whole period, while the great bell kept ringing. The Attamasthanadipati Nayaka Thera offers flowers at the main shrine room after all these ceremonies. Early morning, next day, the Nanamura ceremony is held for the sacred Jaya Srimahabodhi. The monks of the Bo Malua tradition, together with the Viludura people, carrying the Nanamura containing medicinal oils and infusions under the white canopies to the main shrine room. All doors to the main shrine room are closed and the monks enter there. The Nanumura anointing ceremony is held at the main Buddha statue. It is a special feature here that no layman could witness this ceremony. Traditional drumming is done throughout the anointing ceremony. Afterwards, the doors are open for the devotees again. As the Nanumura ceremony ends, the pageant headed by the Atamasthanaadhipati Nayakathera carrying the offerings of flowers, oil lamps and the golden bowls of milk rice reach the Udamaluva. The Nayakathera offers the milk rice in the golden bowls to the sacred Jaya Srimahabodhi. The doormen carrying the traditional weapons guard the Tunveni Maluva throughout this ceremony. A part of this pageant travels the Ruanvali Maha Dagaba too. There also, the milk rice contained in the golden bowl is offered at the Ruanvali Maha Dagaba. Thus ends the Nanumura Mangalya held for the sacred Jaya Srimahabodhi. The last festival of the year is the Kartika Mangalya. This is done at the auspicious time of Kathi on the full moon day in November. Gilampasa and flowers are offered to the sacred Mahabodhi in this ceremony. A speciality in this Mangalya is to inform God Kalu Devata Bandara of the things to be done in the next year. In the Nanumura Mangalya as well as in the Kartika Mangalya, it is traditional to offer milk rice in a golden bowl together with gilampasa and flowers at the Ruanvali Mahastupa at the same time. The Pang Perhara is a special event performed for the sacred Maha Bodhi. This is a rare tradition performed during droughts. Drawing water from the Tissavava tank with the leadership of a monk of the Bomalua generation is done here. State officials, headed by the Villudura people and others, come to the Udamaluva in a procession carrying pots of water. After bathing the sacred Mahabodhi with this water, the monks chant Vahi Pirith, asking for the rain to fall. People believe that the rain falls ending the drought when the Pang Perhara is performed, Similarly, water is brought from the Tissavava tank for the week-long Piri chanting done during the Poson festival. This traditionally dressed Villudura is ceremoniously carrying a sacred Bodhi sapling sprout from a fruit of the Jaya Srimahabodhi. Appearing these saplings is a very rare occurrence. The Buddhists world over continually keep requesting for these sacred Bodhi saplings. Providing these sacred Bodhi saplings for the selected suitable receivers is done according to a systematic ancient traditional procedure. After performing the proper traditions, the sacred Bodhi saplings are handed over to the relevant bhikkhus by the Venerable Attamasthanadipati Nayakathera. When the Vesak full moon day comes closer, the sesame flowers begin to bloom in the Chena farms in the Rajarata area. Therefore, it is an ancient tradition of the Rajarata peasants who come to the Udamalua in the Vesak season to offer sesame flowers. The sacred Maha Bodhi has been surrounded by thick jungle in the ancient times. It was protected from wild elephants coming to eat the bo leaves by lighting bonfires around the Bodhi, keeping awake all night. The peasants of the Nura Kalavia area used to provide firewood for this purpose. They never forget to bring a Dharamitiya, a bunch of firewood, to the Udamalua on the Asala full moon day. Therefore, this Asala full moon day came to be known as a Dharamiti Poya. Specially, these bunches were brought in only by the peasant women. Some folks of the Nura Kalavia area still keep on bringing the Dharamitiya for the Dharamiti Poya. These stone pillars found near the Tuparamya temple are the ruins of a monastery for female monks. It was here that the great Arahant Bhikkhuni Sangamitta have lived together with the other Bhikkhunis, including Uttara, Hema, Agimitta, Malla, Mahadevi, Paduma and Suma, who came to Sri Lanka with her. This small stupa called the Sangamitta Chaitya is situated near Tuparama towards east. This was built in the reign of King Uttaya at the place where the sacred body of the great Arahant Bhikkhuni Sangamitta, who passes away at the age of 59, was cremated, containing the ashes. It is mentioned in the chronicles that the parts of the ship in which the Srimahabodhi was brought to Sri Lanka, including the mast, bow and the oar, were preserved in 3 buildings near Tuparamya. This museum, built by the Sinhalese 23 centuries ago, could be the first museum of the world according to the intellects. The Bodhigara, or the house for the Bodhi at Nillagama, full of beautiful carvings, is the best preserved Bodhigara found in Sri Lanka. The Bodhi tree was planted in the middle, while the surrounding building provided shade and protection for the devotees. This architectural creation of the Bodhigara, peculiar to the Sinhalese, was an invaluable heritage received because of the Srimahabodhi. The traditional Buddhist stone railing is another excellent inheritance received by us due to the sacred Jaya Srimahabodhi. This beautiful stone railing belonging to the Jethavanarama Bodhigara can be seen there even today. This is the chronicle Bodhi Vamsa. All incidents starting from bringing the sacred Mahabodhi from India and its planting in Sri Lanka are described elaborately step by step in the Bodhi Vamsa. Being the only historical and literary book based upon a tree, Bodhi Vamsa is another great heritage received because of the Srimahabodhi. The present custodian of the Jaya Srimahabodhi and the Atamasthana is Venerable Dr. Pallegama Srinivasa Nayakathera. Many developments have been done with the leadership of the venerated Thera in the Bo Malua for the benefit of the millions of devotees who come to the Bodhi premises annually. This vast Dharma Shalava could accommodate 10,000 at a time. Perahara Mavasa going around the sacred Mahabodhi made to facilitate the devotees is over a kilometer long. The new retaining wall in place of the collapsed ancient wall of the Tunveni Malua has been rebuilt, widening the compound too. Erecting the second golden railing around the sacred Mahabodhi has ensured the protection of the Bodhi compound. The supporting pillars of the sacred Bodhi has been covered with exquisitely carved gold sheets, enhancing the beauty and the prestige of the Bodhi premises. Creating the golden canopy of the main shrine room and building the Sat Sati houses while making the Valley Malua orderly are also very important in this development process. Regularly inspecting the sacred Mahabodhi and attending to the requirements, not only as the official custodian of the Jaya Srimahabodhi, but also as a true son of Lord Buddha, is a very important duty performed by the Attamasthanadipati Nayaka Thera. The sacred Jaya Srimahabodhi of Anuradhapura is the southern branch of the sacred Maha Bodhi tree of Buddha Gaya. It was ceremoniously brought to Sri Lanka by the Arahant Maha Theri Sangamitta in the 3rd century BC. Reliving this marvelous event after 23 centuries, a sacred sapling from the Anuradhapura Jaya Srimahabodhi was taken ceremoniously back to Buddha Gaya. A Villudura person is ceremoniously carrying the sacred Bodhi sapling under the guidance of the Attamasthanadipati Nayaka Thera. This grand old plated pure silver bowl in which the sacred Bodhi sapling stands was an offering by Messrs. Sri Lanka Telecom, Mobitel Private Limited and Upali Newspapers Limited. The sacred Bodhi sapling taken by air to Buddha Gaya was carried to the Maha Bodhi Vihara of Buddha Gaya in a great pageant. From there, the sacred Bodhi sapling was carried to the Buddha Gaya Mahavihara by the eminent devotees, both local and foreign. In future, this esteemed Bodhi tree would dwell in this sacred land where Lord Gauthama Buddha attained enlightenment. The great Arahant Bhikkhu Mahinda said that as the Jaya Srimahabodhi was planted in Anuradhapura, the pure Buddhism got rooted in the land of Sri Lanka. Along with it, the Sri Lankans received a new culture centered upon the Jaya Srimahabodhi. It is what the intellectuals call the Sinhala Buddhist culture. The great pagodas embracing the sky, massive irrigation tanks which look like oceans, beautiful Samadhi and Aukana Buddha statues, carvings and sculptures of moonstones and guardian stones, literary works such as Butsarana, Amavatura and Guttilaya are living testimonies to this culture. Humanity, equality, innocence as well as contentment are the greatest heritage we have received from the Jaya Srimahabodhi culture. The Jaya Srimahabodhi dwelling in the Maha Meuna gardens of Anuradhapura throughout 23 centuries, like the living Lord Buddha, is a world heritage today. Sri Lankans are the true heirs to this esteemed heritage. It would be our duty to protect the sacred Mahabodhi for the future.
Samadithita Dakhina Sak Bhavan Subha Megha Vanambar Megha Nibhan Jaya Bodhi Mahang panamami varang